lying.
She's lying.
I love y'all.
She's lying again.
Filthy lies. We're making a Transformers movie.
Alright, collect yourselves.
Bumblebee.
Collect yourselves. I'll try to post it online. You can go check it out tonight. Okay,
You're trying to get us
the
to watch an
unedited version.
Bumblebee.
Alright, here we go. This is an exponential equation. It is called an exponential equation because the variable is in an exponent. Okay? That's why it's called that. Now, in order to solve an exponential equation, I have to be able to compare things that are the same. 3 is not the same thing as 81. I have to turn 81 into 3 to the something power.
3 cubed.
How many times is the number 3 multiplied in 81?
3.
2 squared.
4.
4. 3 times
3
3.
times
Times
3
3
is
is
9.
9.
Times
Times
3
3
is
is
27.
27. Times 3 is
Times
81.
3 is 81.
Why are you saying
That's on
times
me.
3?
I was wrong.
The number of 3's in 81.
I was
I'm
wrong.
counting them. Because I have hand-eye coordination issues. 1, 2, 3,
Whoa, that's messing me up.
4.
It's like Monkey World.
Okay.
Yes, I
Let's
love
play Monkey World. Play Monkey World?
Play Monkey World?
No. Y'all hush.
We'll play it after class.
I can also post this and say, Aaron Champ's mom, could you please go to the website and view your
My mom
son's
would
behavior
love
in class today?
The problem is you joke along
Hey, Mom.
with us.
So when I get the email that says, I still understand why Aaron is struggling so much with algebra. Look how well he pays attention.
Aaron's mom.
Okay, let's go. Shh. Thank you, Taylor.
Stop touching it.
I have an eyewitness. All right, here we go. Now is the base. Okay, when I say are the bases, I'm saying are the plural for the word base, not.
Based on basis.
Okay, difference between bases and basis.
One you step on with play it.
All right. Are the bases of these exponents the same?
Yes.
Since they are, I'm no longer concerned with them. I am simply concerned with making their exponents the same. So that is the equation that I am set to solve. My equation is 2n plus 1 equals 4. I solve the equation and I find the value of n. Subtracting 1 from both sides, 2n is equal to 3.
N is equal to 30.
So n is equal to 3 halves. I have the value of n. Now, do I have to plug that back in and come up with some big strange thing? No, that's the answer. We are solving for a variable. We have found the solution. That's your answer. You leave it like that. N is equal to 3 halves. All right, let's look at another example.
Your C and your T in functions are connected.
Wait, so the answer is 3 halves?
Funny.
I changed from print to cursive and back to print.
What Mrs. Sound?
Your answer was 3 halves.
We're trying to find out what N equals.
Right. Shame on you. Jordan, I see you. Tomorrow, you will have a new location.
Oh, darn.
All of you.
That's N, Marcy.
So I can find more mature students
This is my computer.
Good
to
luck.
surround my group.
Most mature in this classroom.
Okay, listen up.
I'm mature.
Come on, we're running out of time. Y'all listen up.
I'm ready.
Let's roll.
This is an exponential equation. Why is it called an exponential equation?
Because it has
Someone?
exponents.
Because it not because it has exponents.
Got a variable next time.
Because the variable is an exponent.
Oh.
So in order to solve it, I have to make the bases the same. I'm going to start with the question, can I turn 8 into 4 to the something power? No. So if I cannot change 8 to have a base of 4, then I'm going to have to change both of these. Now what do both of these, what factor do both of these contain? 2. 4 is the same thing as 2 squared, is it not? And if 4 is being raised to the 2x power, then 4 here is being raised to the 2x power.
So it's
You put that in
2 to the
quick-
And how do you raise a power to a power?
Multiply.
Like that.
So it'd be
You
two-
multiply it.
Fourth. No.
Keys go ahead.
And 8 is the same thing as 2 cubed. So if 8 is being raised to the x minus 1, then 8 is being raised to the x minus 1. Aaron, you're not writing. Now that the bases are identical, what am I concerned with?
2x to 2x to 3, that
I'm concerned with finding a value for x that will make that true. So my equation is 4x is equal to, and we have to distribute here, 3x minus 3. And we solve for x. Subtract 3x from both sides. X has a value of negative 3. That is your answer. On a test, you would write x equals negative 3. This is really not difficult, is it?
not at all.
No, it's not.
All of the problems that we're going to work are going to be workable. If you cannot come up with the same base, then there's no solution.
Let's do this number.
Okay? No, I'm going to do this example in the book because it has a special little thing going on here. We can also solve inequalities doing this. And the only difference, we work it the same as the equation. Just if we get to a point in solving the inequality where we have to multiply or divide by a negative number, what do?
Nothing.
You flip the sign, okay? The inequalities that we were working with for the test, the reason that we had to test regions is because they were quadratic inequalities. They had squared terms and first power terms. That's the reason we had to test regions. Because when you solve a quadratic formula or equation, you come up with more than one answer, right? Okay.
It was pretty big over there in the walls.
Okay, I have I have one major hurdle that I need to jump right now. I have a fraction. First thing is, if I want to compare apples to apples and I want the bases to be the same, one can't be a whole number and the other one a fraction. So I've got to take this fraction and make it a whole number. How can you take a fraction and make it into a whole number?
Divide by, multiply by the.
A negative exponent. With a negative exponent.
Sound good.
Is 256 to the negative 1 power the same as 1 over 256? Yes. Now that I have whole number versus whole number, I've got to see if I can make these bases the same. I'm going to start by seeing if I can turn 256 into 4 to the something power, which you can.
Are they gonna give us anywhere you can?
No. It's 4 to the 4th power. Okay? So, 4 to the 4th power raised to the negative 1. Now that the bases on both sides of this inequality are the same, all I'm concerned with, because there is a greater than symbol here, is making this inequality the same.
Wait,
So
so
mine-
you multiply by that negative 1?
You multiply by the negative 1.
When you switch this direction?
No, only if you multiply both sides by a negative 1.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So my inequality is 3p minus 1 is greater than negative 4.
My fingers have chef hats.
Solve the inequality. Add 1 to both sides. 3p is greater than negative 3. Divide both sides by positive 3. P is greater than negative 1. Now, there will be people who will be tempted to flip the sign here because the answer is negative.
Don't do it.
The rule does not state flip the sign if you get a negative answer. The rule states flip the sign if you must multiply both sides
Right.
by a negative, okay? So the solution for P is that it is greater than -1.
Do we have one on